Well, one of the most familiar voices on Sioux Falls radio has moved.
Longtime KTWB radio morning show DJ and Under the Hood host Chris Carter has left behind big city radio to return to his roots in Minnesota. In tonight's Eye on KTWB, Tom Hansen takes us to Worthington to find out what Carter is up to now.
Mornings with Matt and Chris on US 95.
The Hot Country Highway US 95 mornings with Matt and Chris. Good morning. Extreme fire danger today from the National Weather Service saying don't burn. And you...
Well, it was a Halloween bonfire.
I dumped water on it really hard, and it was like a stir.
Kind of stirred itself.
Yeah, I got a giant fire pit, and so I feel guilty now. So quit looking at me.
This building outside of Worthington holds a lot of memories for Chris Carter. Home of 4 radio stations, including US 95, the Hot Country Highway. Chris spent his early years in radio here. In fact, he was working here when he got the call from a Sioux Falls radio station, KTWB, 22 years ago.
8:23, it is the Chris and Doc Show. For
the past 14 years, he was one half of the popular Chris and Doc Show.
Today is a no-go on bonfires.
Living in Laverne made his decision to go back to his old station a possibility. It was his longtime friendship with Matt Widboom that tipped the scales. They worked together here back in the 90s.
We always talked about me coming back and us doing the show again.
And I thought, well, someday we'll work together again. I mean, he's in big time radio guy. I'd always give him all kinds of static about that.
Matt is godfather to Chris's daughter, and the two old friends had season tickets to the Vikings.
I've never watched a team win so little convincingly.
I just kept on him when I knew, like, okay, now is a good time. What do you think?
It kind of happened fast. Everything fell into place, and here I am.
We caught up with the pair on their second day on the air together.
The full Vikings experience. 4
Super Bowl losses.
You got to go for 5, right?
I remember very clearly.
Now, Matt is a full-time farmer, and his love of radio keeps him on the air a few hours a day. Matt says their friendship may seem odd at first.
He's a city boy from the heart of the Twin Cities, and I'm a country kid that I've never left the farm that I was born on.
For Chris, the first few days back at work have brought a flood of memories. For instance, when his son was born, he was going to cut back his hours and be a stay-at-home dad.
My boss at the time said, "Oh man, I really need you here. Just bring him in." So for the first year of my son's life, I brought him to work here every day. We had a pack and play out in the lobby, and he was just part of the station for the first year, and now he's in Florida and he's a pilot.
Even as he returns to his roots, Chris admits a 14-year run with the Chris and Doc Show wasn't easy to leave behind.
I miss those guys terribly. I think some of them miss me, maybe not all of them. I think it was emotional for sure. That last day over there was pretty hard.
Tell me about Doc.
Doc is more than my friend. We have worked together for over 20 years, and for the last 14, we literally spent 5 to 8 hours a day within 5 feet of each other. I miss him terribly. That's been by far the hardest part of this. It has 265,000 miles on it.
Well, there's the problem.
The change for Chris does not include his duties on the nationally syndicated Under the Hood show. Every Thursday, he will continue to head to Garrettson to record with Shannon and Russ. The show airs on more than 200 radio stations across the country. So while some things will remain the same, he is still adjusting to a new normal and says the experience has given him a new perspective on making big changes in your life.
The future for me is the same as it was 2 months ago. I can see myself doing this forever. I don't see any reason that this would change. However, I realize anything can happen. It has really made me realize that you can just make a change for the better, and it doesn't have to be some huge issue. You can move, you can change jobs, you can start to work out. I'm not going to do that, but I could.
Entertaining and informative. The key to any morning show, whether it's in Sioux Falls or Worthington.
And I've had a lot of Kit Kats. I see it as a win-win.
With Eye on KTWB, I'm Tom Hansen.
Oh, he is funny. Chris says that his work with the Children's Miracle Network, you saw him wearing the CMN cap there, he said that's been some of his most rewarding time on the radio.
I love the kid in the radio station.
He's a little bit of a kid, isn't he?
I do, but I need to bring my kids here. I got to figure out how he did that.
Good idea.
Right into the, you won't notice, right?
Don't worry about it.